Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video on crying babies, and nobody likes to hear a baby cry, especially when you feel helpless and you don't quite know what to do or why they're crying and how to make it stop. So I just thought I would go over a few reasons why baby might be crying and some things that you can do to hopefully help soothe your baby. And I've gone through this 5 times. I'm currently going through this right now with my youngest. She's only 6 months old, so this isn't necessarily the same across the board for every single baby, but you will find that you can pick up some general cues from baby to give you an idea of what he or she may need from you. The first reason that baby may be crying may be because they are hungry. And some of the things that you tend to see baby doing when they're hungry is that they will begin to suck their fingers or their entire hand. And I know that seems pretty straightforward, but basically that's baby's way of telling you that they need something to eat. So you'll find that they're just kind of chewing on their hands or sucking on their fist. That can be an indication that they're telling you that they want to be fed. Another thing that sometimes babies will do if they're just laying down is that they'll actually turn their heads to the side. So they kind of mimic what they would be doing if they were nursing. And usually when you're nursing a baby, you're holding them on their side. So a lot of times they will turn their head either one way or another, and then that'll be followed by the sucking of the fingers or chewing on the hand. Obviously, if you see any of those cues from baby, your best bet is to figure out when your last feeding was and see if they need a little bit more. Now, you may find as baby gets older and they go through growth spurts that you may just have fed baby and you think like, well, there's no way that, you know, she could be hungry because I just fed her. But I will tell you now that there are increments of time when you'll find that your baby just sort of veers off a normal schedule. So you may get to the point where you're feeding your baby every 3 or 4 hours, and then suddenly a month may go by and you feel like you're feeding your baby like every 2 hours. Feed them when they need to be fed, and you'll find that when they kind of get past that little growth spurt, that they will fall back into their old routines. The next reason that your baby may be crying may just very well be that they are tired. You'll notice that they start to yawn, or they'll start to rub at their eyes and kind of cover their face. That's your way of kind of knowing that, you know, they've had enough with playtime or whatever it is that's going on, and they're ready for a nap. A lot of times babies, especially when they've gone from doing an activity transitioning to having a nap, you'll find that they get fussy. Not every baby is like that, but a lot of times it takes them a little bit to kind of settle themselves down. And some babies are easily soothed in terms of you can just pick them up or hold them or rock them until they fall asleep, and other babies kind of just need to cry it out. And I know moms don't want to hear that. I'm not talking about letting them cry for like a half an hour, but a lot of times they just kind of need to get that extra energy out. You'll find that maybe after about 5 or 10 minutes of them crying, they'll eventually just start to calm themselves down, and they will be like out like a light. Another common reason that babies tend to cry is that they're having some sort of tummy issues. So it could be that they're a little bit gassy and bloated, or it could just be that they're trying to go to the bathroom and they're having some trouble getting it done. They'll be doing usually one of 2 things. They'll either be scrunching up a lot, they'll kind of be they'll be bringing their legs up towards their chest a lot and kind of squirming and wiggling. And on the other hand, they also can really stiffen up their bodies, where they will kind of kick their legs out super straight, and you'll actually feel them tense up, and you'll feel like their tummy tense up and their legs tense up. So usually that's a sign that they are either trying to go to the bathroom or need to go to the bathroom, or they just need to get some gas out. Sometimes you'll hear their tummy kind of gurgling. You may actually hear them pass some gas, which actually tends to help. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you are making them as comfortable as possible and that they're getting whatever they need to get out of their system. So what I always do is sit them up and make sure that they don't have to be burped anymore. You'll usually find that if you rub their back a bit and sit them up, they may let out a few belches, and that could just solve the problem completely, or it may just be the precursor of what else is to come. If you think that they're having actual tummy problems where they need to go to the washroom, then a couple of things you can do to help them to feel more comfortable and to sort of aid in them going poo a lot faster is to massage their belly. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of strip them down to just their diaper and then use some sort of a lotion or like a baby gel or massage oil and just massage their tummy and kind of do it in a circular motion, sort of aiming downwards. And a lot of times that'll just help get everything kind of flowing through their system. Another thing that I like to do is I actually like to take their legs and kind of just pump their legs as if they were on a bicycle, which I know kind of sounds funny, but you know, like when you pump your legs, like when you're on a bicycle, if you kind of take their legs and you kind of make that motion with their legs, a lot of times you'll notice that that releases a lot of gas out of their system and just kind of makes them more comfortable in general. One last thing that I like to do, if that's not working at all, is I walk around with them holding them belly down on my arm. So you basically hold them as if you were cradling them in your arms, but instead of having them facing you, you're going to want to turn them so that your arm is underneath their chest and their belly. And a lot of times what that'll do is that'll kind of put a little bit of pressure on their tummy and help get all the excess stuff out of their system. Now, if your baby is a little bit older, you could be dealing with crying due to teething issues. Anywhere from about 3 months and up, your baby could be dealing with discomfort from teething. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to see a tooth the very next day. Unfortunately, that could go on for months before you actually see any sign of teeth. What you'll notice baby doing again is they'll be chewing on their fingers, chewing on their hands, chewing on their toes. They'll basically chew on anything. They'll actually pull or rub at their ear. Now, this can also be a sign of an ear infection, so you're always going to want to go to your doctor and get it checked out. So pretty much any kind of baby toy that they can chew on, you want something that's not too hard and not too soft. A lot of times you can get teething toys that have like little nubbies on them that help kind of massage their gums, or that you can pop into the freezer. A lot of babies like the cooling sensation on their gums. Another thing that I will do is just make sure that my hands are, you know, washed and clean, and just kind of rub at their gum. So another thing you can do is wet a washcloth and use the rougher side of the washcloth to rub on baby's gums. You can take it a step further and actually put it in the freezer for a little while and just let baby chew on it. So the final issue that your baby could be having, if you find that they are crying a lot and you don't know what's going on, is just simply boredom or overstimulation. And I know that kind of seems like, really? Babies can get bored, but they can get bored. A lot of times they just get overstimulated and they are just tired of doing whatever it is they're doing, and they need a change of scenery, or they need a break, or they just need things to kind of be taken down a notch. So they'll start crying. And if you find that you're playing with your baby and they start to look away from you after a while, then that's their way of telling you that, you know, mom, dad, like, I'm done, I'm over it, like, move on. It could either be that they just want to do something else. You could try playing something else with them. You could try maybe putting them in a baby swing, or putting them on a play mat, or just changing where they are in the house so they have different things to look at. Or it could just be that they just need things to be a little calmer. And what I like to do is have maybe some music playing in the background, maybe dim the lights a little bit or close the curtains, just something to kind of make it more of a soothing atmosphere. And you may find that that helps with just sort of calming them down. I know that there are a lot of moms out there that go through a colicky stage with their babies, and you probably tried everything that I suggested and even more, and you're saying, you know, it's not working. At any point, you really should consult your physician and get as much help as you possibly can. And I think it's important that if you're going through that and it's been consistently going on, you really want to try your best to get some help, because it really can be trying on a mom or a dad. It can be a really, really frustrating situation, and I think as moms, a lot of times we just want to do it all. You really want to gather some people around you that can recognize that you need help and that are going to be there to step in when you need it. And you really need to take some time to take care of yourself, because you are not going to be a good mommy if you do not take care of yourself first. Hopefully something that I've said has made your day or night with baby that much easier. I hope you guys are having a great day. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!